former Green Beret Master Sergeant, now National Executive Director of the Association of the Navy. Good to see you, Jason. Thank you. Has the Taliban done anything to deserve this money we're giving them?
No, in fact, they've done precisely the opposite. And what it does, it kind of links the two stories you've had together already. You're talking about optics-heavy communications to suggest that's enough to keep the cartels in check, or that's enough to keep the NFL held accountable, and that for some reason that's enough to keep the Taliban in check too. And we're going to see the same kind of results when we don't do enough on the ground where the rubber meets the road, as your first guest said. Then we lose to these power brokers who are more than willing to throw chaos and derision or division against the forces on the ground. So this is going to be a continuing sort of mess if we don't do something different.
It doesn't seem as though we're doing anything different. $64 million was what was originally promised in humanitarian aid. The Taliban brings in a lot more from other activities, obviously. But their bad acts continue. Obviously, the way they treat women continues to deteriorate. Certainly what they've done to people who've helped the U.S. military that they can find, members of the press. This caught our eye. Drug users detained in Taliban raid wait to be taken to their room in the detoxification ward earlier this month. We are not a democracy anymore. This is a dictatorship, and the use of force is the only way to treat these people. I guess they're now saying the quiet part out loud. They're not even bothering with being Taliban 2.0.
You said it. We're done with diplomacy now. The Taliban have estimated the United States does not care enough to get on the ground and hold them accountable. The way we left, as you said, was a debacle. It shows weakness to China. They have plenty of revenue streams coming in from illicit, nefarious trades and financing. But what Americans are still seething about, what Americans care about, is where are the Americans that were left behind? Where are the ones that actually were expedited or taken out of the country? We haven't heard from them. This is the place where journalism shines. Relentless digging for the truth on the ground, war correspondents going beyond what the public relations and the PR spin says to give us the truth. We're not hearing that. And just this weekend, as a reminder, I drove by signs here in Northern Virginia that keep asking that question, say their name out loud. Let's not let accountability slip, which is what it's starting to look like.
Well, and also let us not forget the thousands of Afghans who helped your fellow Green Berets and my fellow journalists in Afghanistan at great personal risk who are still left behind. Jason, always a great conversation.
Great. Americans just keep pushing for the truth. It's the only way we're going to get it.
Yeah, well, people like you will, and we'll keep asking the questions. Good to see you. California is making sure no child is left behind, at least when it comes to toys. The law's sure to save kids across the state. Plus, it seems the former